When people said Advocate Baloyi is a former football player, I think they got it right. I mean, come on. Today we had ELPC, or a man who represents LPC, who came to court only to realize that his presence in court really did not help. And thanks to Advocate Mnisi again and Atene Ramsepile. But you know what? I now understand when people said Advocate Baloyi is a former football player. He knows how to waste time. Really, really. So today we had a man by the name of I just want to get the name correctly, lest you guys come after me. Buffett. But yeah, man, today I was so super disappointed about the fact that we've got a man who cannot give us the right or the correct details. This man started working for ELPC in 2018. He is a senior administrator. He was admitted as an attorney in August 2020, right? We all know that he works for the LPC. So, like we predicted, you remember that we predicted as soon as we heard that there's somebody from LPC that is coming to testify today. You remember that you and I, we predicted that this person who's coming to testify, we can guarantee you that it's got to do with Mjiyako or Advocate Baloyi. So, okay, we were wrong about Advocate Baloyi, but we were right about Mjiyako. This person was there to tell us about Mjiyako and confirms that, okay, Mjiyako, yes, is registered as an advocate according to them. It was not until Advocate Mnisi took over the cross-examination, and that Advocate Mnisi revealed something. And but before we get to then, right, allow me to read a brief things, right? So he shares that Usambo shares that the detail of Mr. Mjiyako's firm, Mjiyako attorney, So we know, look, he confirms all of that, which was not important, guys. Like for real, it was not important, because of what Mnisi said, because of what Mnisi did. Then Uram Sipile stood up and started the cross-examination. All those cross-examination, guys, they are not long because in them there's nothing much. They are not long. When Attorney Ramsepile cross-examined him, he firstly stated categorically clear that I'm not going to be long. 1, 2. I just want to ask a few questions. One of the things that he said, he's like, listen, I don't understand why you are here. We never contested that Mjiyako is not a lawyer. We never contested that. We just against the practice that was followed there. But in any way, this is Atene Ramsepile. But in any way, we don't want you. We want Mjiyako himself. We want him to come and answer certain questions here. So having you here, really, it doesn't help. We need Mjiyako here. And I was like, you know what? This is what my lawyers do. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with the guy from LPC. Really, I don't have a problem with him. I cannot say much about him because I could hear that Nae is trying to cover himself, of which it's normal, guys. He's trying to cover himself in how he answers. He doesn't want to get fired by the LPC. You know what I'm saying? Or at the same time, he doesn't want to unnecessarily invite the defense. For me, I understand where he was coming from. Like, really, I understand him. And he's just a guy that we don't have a problem with, so we must just move him out of the way. We must move him out of the way and say, look, you're not supposed to be here. We want Mjiyako here. We want the Fidelity Fund. So, Mnisi then concluded. Ramsepile concluded. And then Advocate Mnisi took over. And I like how Advocate Mnisi went about it. Hey, it is interesting, but before we talk about Advocate Mnisi, guys, I'm going to be giving you guys a new WhatsApp number, business WhatsApp number, right? This business WhatsApp number is not a direct contact to me. you will be talking to somebody else. That's 1. 2, you are not supposed to use those those WhatsApp number for the Senzo Mayowa trial. Because people have been doing that, calling, wanting this and that. That number is not for the Senzo Mayowa trial, period. If it is for business, only business. So this is what I want to do, guys. I want to buy, you see this light that is giving me problem. I want to buy this light as well. But I also want to buy, there's something called Roadcaster Pro. It is look, I'm going to download pictures. On our next videos, I'm going to insert them. So what I want to do, I want to buy that thing. You guys will be able to communicate with me via, I'm going to buy a specific phone for that. So we will be doing live streams where you will be able to call me live. And I want to have that, where you are able to call. The call is clean. So that is where I want us to go. And also, yeah, cover some few stuff. So I thought, you know what? The best way to fundraise for that is for me to sell this. So this is the perfume that I will perfumes that I will be selling now, right? So we've got different flavors, including about 1 million. You know, there are so many flavors, guys. This is your 1 million. There are so many flavors here, like yo. So what is gonna happen is that you guys are gonna order. If we can sell 1,000, we will stop the sales. We will have covered everything that we want to cover. So we will deliver nationwide via PEP and other courier services. So that's what I wanted to tell you guys. The WhatsApp number should be on your screen. Please do order 120 excluding transportation fee. Please. Now back to the video. Advocate Mnisi then said, Advocate Mnisi Uti, we're not going to focus on some of the things that I thought they were not very much relevant to what we wanted to discuss. But Advocate Mnisi attacked this point, and his argument is as follows. He presented a case where LPC is accused to have issued numbers fraudulently. There were some people within the LPC who were issuing numbers to lawyers, fraudulent numbers. And at first I didn't understand where he was going, and I was scared. I feared for him. I feared for Advocate Baloyi. I was like, Advocate Baloyi. I mean, sorry, Advocate Mnisi. I was like, Advocate Mnisi, why are you taking this direction? But I realized that, oh, he's got a point. So he brings a case. LPC is accused to have issued these things, right? But as he takes these things further, he proves to this guy that you are not supposed to be here. Number one, you don't know, right, how those numbers were issued, right? The guy confirms. You don't know the people who are issuing these numbers, these fraudulent things. You can't comment on it, right? So at the end, the guy, Sambo, says that, listen, the person that can answer the issues of numbers, it's not me. It's the guys from Fidelity Fund who issued these things, not me. And then he gives us the name of the person that is supposed to come and testify and testify about the issuing of the number. What Mnisi then was attacking was the fact that, listen, we don't know whether there was corruption in the number that was issued to Mjiyako. Now that you came to confirm that the number, look, the number that was given to Mjiyako was, well, look, he was sharing it was a duplicate. It was a system, faulty from the system, right? It duplicated a number that was shared by somebody else, which was also confirmed today that yes, there were two people sharing the same number. Again, I want you to thank YouTubers, because some of you complain about YouTubers. If it wasn't for YouTubers, you wouldn't have known that this number is a duplicate. There's a person that is using this number somewhere else. You wouldn't have known about that. You must come to appreciate the YouTubers that some of you hate. Let's give credit to Patricia Mashal. Let's give credit to Njebs. who did a bit of digging in terms of that. Now we know. Look, if it wasn't for these two, we wouldn't have known about this duplication of numbers, thanks to YouTubers. But again, some of you will remember us when we were no longer there, right? And I'm just saying that you guys must appreciate, because really the LPC wouldn't have been called if it wasn't for the YouTubers that some of you hate. Don't make yourself expect of what? Some of the things that you said to people, you tell people things in advance and people think that you're just mad, you are making things up. You're like, hey man, I'm telling you, this is what it is. You are not, shut up, you are not an authority, you should not talk on these things. You're like, okay, it's fine. I'll give an example. The other time I said to people, the bodies of the people who has been found. And I'm saying this because I know that the bodies have been found. The authorities haven't said the bodies were found. Why are you telling us you are lying? They never came back to apologize when 3 hours later it was confirmed that the bodies of those people were found. But because I said it 3 hours earlier, you are lying. Hey, man, hey, Tina's is pila kaphlungu la. I'm telling you, is pila kaphlungu la. Hey, kodwa ngahlule lapho vele asikho lapho. La sikhona sesekutheni umnisi then prove to this guy that you being here, LPC being here, you are just the people who receive the number, who are at the receiving end. You get to be told that this is the number that is allocated to so and so. You don't know what is happening in terms of the numbers, right? What also I liked about him is he attacks this, that he says, you don't know whether the number that was later given to Mjiyako should have been given to Mjiyako from the beginning. You don't know that, he confirms. In other words, there could be a corruption that could have happened in terms of the allocation of the numbers. So, in conclusion, we are looking forward to the guy, I forgot his name, who is working on the system developer, the people who are issuing the numbers. We are looking forward to that guy who is coming to explain the issuing of numbers, how numbers are allocated, and why there was a duplicate of numbers. We are looking forward to that. 2, we are looking forward to Mjiyako himself. I got worried about Mjiyako to say, why do we have Mjiyako to begin with? Who said we wanted Mjiyako? Why do we have him? We don't want him. Who said? Like, I'm worried about the fact that, to me, it sounds like it was a strategic move for them to send somebody from the LPC to test the waters, to see how people will react. Then from there, they will strategize as to when you come forward, you are now prepared. Because it really doesn't make sense. We could have just have Mjiyako answering questions. If we're not satisfied, we call the relevant people. Why didn't they just call Mjiyako? That's why in the beginning I said, now I believe when they say Advocate therefore is a former football player, and he was very good. You know, when the team is winning, because in football, people tend to waste time. When they were winning, they will just walk like they don't want when they're supposed to kick the ball. That is when they are winning. Those guys, they will just do something, man. Sometimes players will fall on the ground just to waste time, you know, because they are winning. So when they say Advocate Baloyi was is a former football player, it's because of that. A team that is winning, they are not rushing. They are always trying to find creative ways to waste time without being caught by the referee. Tell me, why do we have this person instead of the right person from the Fidelity Fund? Because listening to the LPC receives the numbers from the Fidelity Fund. It's the Fidelity Fund that generates the numbers. So if you want to know about the numbers, why don't you call the Fidelity Fund? You know, I'm like, but Baloyi dlalile ngathi yazila. 2, it would have been nice just to get the person from the Fidelity Fund to get Mjiyako. Done. We know we've got the right people to come and answer about that discrepancy. But we'll hear going forward tomorrow. They will tell us as well, Gucci, what is it that they think should be done or will be done going forward. Other than that, good people, there's nothing much that happened today. There's nothing much that happened today. Really, there's nothing much. You can even tell by the cross-examination that There's nothing much that have happened here. Nonetheless, let me see you guys on the next episode. But until the next episode, good people, please take care.